Hello all. This is a public service announcement about this company called Twilio. I would like to start off by saying that I strongly advise against working with this company in any capacity that has to do with any long-term customers or telephone numbers that you may have. Let me explain. So we work with Twilio to send them we buy DIDs from them to originate calls for some of our clients. We have close to 600 DIDs. We also use them for SMS messages, and we also use them to terminate some calls. We have about 1 million calls that we pass through our network every month. Some calls go to Twilio, some calls do not. We've been with them for almost 10 years, or I say 10 years, but basically ever since their inception, we've pretty much been with Twilio. And up until this point, I would say it was okay, but not really. They're the type of company that, they assign you account managers, and you try to contact the account manager and he's not available. And, then a couple months later, they give you another account manager. You try to contact him and he's not available. I had like 4 or 5 account managers. Now the account managers don't even give out their telephone number. So basically on the carrier side, you're supposed to have an account manager that you're supposed to be able to go to and relay issues to and make changes and whatnot. And so, they're really just all about making sales and not supporting their clients. And so let me explain here. So one of our customers had basically made a call that passed through the Twilio network, and someone complained, and they created a suspicious activity, a notice that you then get and have to respond to, which is normal. They've implemented shaken and stirred lately, so they have this new trackball system where you need to respond to these I say suspicious complaints, so they can cut back on the robocalling, which is a good thing that they started doing, which I'm actually glad. And so we received a complaint on January the 31st. As you see here, it says there's a robocalling complaint from this particular number to this number. I said, okay. So our staff responded to him and said, hey, we'll place this customer on hold till we find out more information, because we do take this information seriously. And so this is another response from our team, our support team, that says that we're taking care of it, and we've disconnected the account for right now. And you see, he responded very well to him there. All right, and you go down. Here's a response from John at Twilio. Please provide an update related to the actions taken moving forward on your platform. Okay, and Evan responded back to him, or our staff did, say, hey there, we've already notified the customer about system status and what. John responds and says, thank you for taking action. He then tells him, he re-clarifies exactly what we're going to do to prevent such actions in the future. John responds back, okay, and he closes the ticket on February the 2nd. All right. Then on February the 7th, someone else comes up and reopens the ticket, apparently. So you're really not supposed to reopen. If you want to get technical, you're not supposed to reopen the ticket. It could cause the ticket to get lost. This is one of the practices we do. So if you need to open up a ticket, you need to open up a new one and say that but they didn't do that. They just reopened this one. That's fine. And this may be why there was no immediate response. So you reopen it on the 7th, literally asking, we want to follow up. It has been brought to our attention that IT has not received a response from your team. Now, our support staff don't know what this is. I know what this is, but the support staff doesn't know what ITF, so they have no idea what he's talking about. He comes back again basically saying the same thing. And he said, hey, if you don't respond to us by February 8th, doesn't say anything else. It just says that. We had no idea they was going to shut our account off, right? So we did. We responded back and said, hey, yes, we'll respond today. Already to this ticket once. Now you guys want a novel writing about this client call. Is this sustainable? But I will send another response later today. I'm super busy. The customer termination has been routed off our network for now. And so that was February the 8th. You see John's response. Twilio partner takes steps to protect, blah, blah, want to call. So basically, he's not really talking to us. It just looks like a basic canned response. And I'm like, okay. And really, they disconnected this is the moment where they suspended our account right here. And we didn't know it. We had no idea of knowing it. We didn't even know that they had suspended our account until one of our clients called us. So you get down here, and we didn't even know we were responsible. Hey, you guys good now on this ticket? We weren't sure. And then they were talking about the trace. I said, hello, yeah, I responded to this trace. Here it is right here. I gave them a Loom video of where we responded. And then this is where I said, hey, please reactivate our account ASAP. I have many clients out of service. So I assumed that this was just a temporary thing, that once they got what they needed here on the trackball response, that they would essentially just cut us back on, and it'd be a matter of time, right? And I'm, it's 4:30, my clients have been out of service for about a day at this point. And, 1 day is 1 day too long. 1 hour is too long. So, you see I'm desperate. I'm like, hey, it's 4:32. What's going on? 4:33, 4:37. I said, someone please call me. Let's rectify this issue. This is, I'm into it at 2:00 a.m., 2:21 a.m. I'm attaching information to them at 2:30. Now, this is supposed to be a support staff that's available 24/7, but you see, I've gotten no response. 3:30 emails, I'm responding to them, and you can read this if you like. Some of my wording is not right in here. It's because I'm literally panicking in some parts of these. I've sent them Loom videos. I'm asking them for updates, everything, and all the way to 8 a.m., right? The next day, okay? We're going into day 2 with this. And again, I'm expecting them to review our things as normal and reactivate our account and move on, okay? I get so upset at 8, I'll call to the sales department and say, hey, you've got to get me passed into someone at support. They just refuse to do it. I actually got one guy to get me to support one time. His name was Nicholas, and thank you, Nicholas, for that. But other than that, they refuse. And when Nicholas finally got me in, he said the guy at support said, okay, I'm going to get a escalation manager to reach out to you. And I said, okay, cool, And so finally at 12:30, almost 1 o'clock, the escalation manager reaches back out to me. So I'm like, escalation, I said, please get my account back active. If you notice, she messaged me at 12:48. I'm right back on there. Please get my account back reactivated. This is not right. My clients are suffering. It's been more than 24 hours. It's one phone call out of millions. I have provided all the documentation you need to reactivate my account. I have clients with life-saving equipment associated with these numbers. Now, they have suspended my termination and my inbound DID origination. The thing about the DID origination, they're not the same. There is no suspicious, I don't see any suspicious activity with this. So they could at least cut that back on. And this is what I'm begging them to cut on, is the DIDs for these our clients. We've got over 600 DIDs. Thank God they're not all with them. And so I'm begging them, 1241. Okay, finally at 1:30. Oh, really? This is just them transferring one ticket into another. Because basically every time I call, I've opened up multiple tickets and they just keep merging them into this ticket. So that's all this response was. I'm still asking for updates, and I'm really talking to this lady here. Still asking 2 p.m., 2:15. I'm on it. Finally, David emails me at 3 p.m., okay, the next day. I'm writing you in response to recent questions about suspension. The reason suspension is permanent. And I was beside myself. Permanent? What in the world? I'm sorry. I don't mean to get emotional on this video, but I'm sorry. But it just begs to have a little bit of emotion. You know, I just can't even put it into words. Anyway, so they're basically saying the reason for your suspension and does not offer any possibility to remedy is that Twilio has received a recent cease and desist notice from the Federal Communication alleging that Twilio is originating illegal robocall traffic. Okay, so basically Twilio has been guilty of originating a bunch of bogus traffic. So we have to pay the price. There are millions and millions of calls out there on the network. The best way to handle it is the way that we're handling it now. Is you track each one down one by one and eliminate the bad actors one by one, and people who don't respond, you cut them off. That's not the case here. I am a long time, 10-year customer who's responding to them, and there is no reason for them to shut our account off. I mean, at least give us a call from the account manager or something. Nothing. I haven't had one phone call from these guys. Look at here. I said, oh my God, I can't believe this. I have numbers out of service that have had for years. Please, I am begging you to turn my numbers on so I can port them away. I had one call. There are millions of calls that pass through my network. Please, I respond to your ticket, close it. I get no, at this point, I'm a little up there, so my wording is not exactly correct. I'm giving them my telephone number. I'm literally begging these people to cut my service on, and it's nothing. They have said nothing. They just cut me off. I mean, it's absolutely heartless. I just can't even put it into words. Do not use these people whatsoever. You know, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second and say, you know, I know this world is turning into a digital age, but we can still offer some personal customer element. You can't remove all of the personal element from the conversation. You need to be able to talk to people as human beings and deal with people as human beings. I couldn't even imagine doing my customers like this and expecting, not having a support number, if you don't believe me, call Twilio sales department and act like you spend a lot. Say, hey, look, I'm out of service. I really need your help. Please help me. Can you get me over to support? Beg them and see what they do. It's a hard no. They don't give a fuck. And it's sad. It's sad that all of our companies are starting to get to this point. And I'll be damned if my company will ever be like this. You guys can always call us support anytime. I mean, this is totally, I'm old school. I'm from the AT&T, Verizon, MCI, and them guys definitely wasn't perfect, but they didn't do no crap like this. But anyway, I'll end it there. I'll put my number or way to contact me in the description of this video. I normally wouldn't do videos like this, but these numbers, until I can get them ported away. This incident just happened on Thursday. It is now Saturday morning, and I am doing everything I can to get these numbers ported away before anything. One day out of service is one day too many, and they could at least turn my numbers back on and put my account on restricted, but they don't even give a shit about that. Send me a message or something if you need something. This is completely bullshit. Enjoy your day. Thank you very much.